services like accommodation, and accommodation is breakfast, conference halls, parties, food and beverages, and outside catering.
Okay, we're here for a weekend, so may we have a look at your rooms?
Yes, please, you can have a seat, then I get someone to take you out.
Hi, welcome back to the Most Infamous Truth. I'm your host, Caligula Bridget Chigambo, and today we're going to do a lot of things. If you've not been here and you're a newcomer, please check that below subscribe button, tap on it, like, comment, and if you like the video, please share for your friends to also learn from us. The Most Infamous Truth shares about women issues, SRHR. We're talking about things that we do as young people. And of course, today I did not come alone. I'm with one of my friends, and she's going to be part of this whole conversation while we share about the lessons we've learned in our 20s.
Hi, my name is Tina Kavanyamosi. I'm glad to be here. I'm so happy that we are going to share as we learn. You learn from us as we also learn from you.
Today, I wanted us to talk about those lessons that we learned or we keep learning in our 20s. Do you want to go first or I go first?
You go first because you have a whole book of lessons, so you can go first.
Just know everything that gives me either a bad or a good experience, I have to write it down at T. So my first lesson, I would say it is slow down, slow your whole life down and smell the roses. Do you know, like the way we put pressures and pressures on ourselves to be a certain thing, like the way you were like, oh, I have to be this by 25. I know we all used to write down our dreams. Like at 16, I should have my first kiss. At 20, I should be done with school. At 25, I should be getting married. So I'm turning 25 in 2 weeks, and looking at my life right now,
You're getting married at 25, so are you there yet?
So you know, definitely, like I said, the way young people have those kinds of pressures, please guys, slow down. Things, you do the planning and God does the ticking. God is the one who does things for us. So like, slow down, observe, relax, act, and sometimes have faith that things will happen in the right time, but do not like over pressurize yourself.
Pushing so hard. Okay. Me in my 20s, I'm still in my 20s, but what I've learned is sometimes you can be this lovely and kind person to everyone, but there is always going to be that one person who's going to hate you. Like a mere existence of you is making them feel like,
I think I resonate with that, because sometimes people think, if this person is lovable, if this person is doing this and this, the whole world must love you, my dear.
No, sometimes people be funny, like you're trying to put in like, I want us to celebrate as like youth, as girls, like let's celebrate these moments we do, but they're saying in this line of this is a competition. So they're just going to hate you for no reason, and you're like, I also don't have anything, why are they hating?
I know.
Yeah, I've learned that in my 20s, like even if you try to be good, there is always going to be that one person who is never going to like you.
I think that also reminds me, like the way I said slow down and what, you know, like when you say I have to do everything so that people can like me, you will never get everyone to like you. In my 20s, I've learned that if you're after the likes and the views, you will never get them, or if you get them, they must be fake. So I would say my second lesson would be stop trying to prove yourself to people. This is your life. Okay, let's say this is Bridget. This is Bridget Chigambo. Whatever I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
So the more we try to please people, okay, it could be please a friend, it could be please a boyfriend, it could be please your father or your parents. Just know everything that you're doing, at the end of the story, is going to be yours. Sorry, I'm going to use some Lutoro phrase, like my dad says, like he says, "Mwana wange byokukora," they will have a small impact on my life, but the biggest impact will be on you, the owner of the life. It's like, do things in a way that you're thinking about yourself, regardless of you thinking about the community around you. You should also say, hey, what do I want? Do I have to prove myself to anyone? Stuff like that. So, like, I would say you have nothing to prove. There's nothing to prove to anyone. And if you ever have to prove anything, it has to be to yourself.
Yeah, like you don't have to show people this is me. This is what I'm doing. They can see it themselves. So you know, yeah. What else have I learned? I've learned sometimes people are going to give this bad advice, or they're going to say bad just because they've been in a limited, they have experienced limited things, or depending to their worldview, yeah. And for them, they've seen this is something in a small, how do I call it, perspective.
I would say my recent lesson that I learned that hit so differently is the fact that the older you get, the more friends we lose.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're in school, let's say 15, 16, 18, you have like a whole gang of people.
Yeah.
And for my case, who is sometimes an introvert and at some point an extrovert, there's a point, I would say this point right now in my 24, 25, I realized that some friends I had back then were not friends. Okay, not saying that they were not friends that were doing anything for me, but I checked my life and I'm like, okay, this one, okay, let's say I had Patricia was doing this and this for me. Patricia was the girl I would call when I want to go out, stuff like that. And right now, I would look for people to call, and if I'm not calling my staff members, I'm either calling my dad for something, or I'm either doing, like that time in your life.
Yeah.
Like people expect you to be having so many connections. Someone once asked me, hey, but you're always alone. And there's a point where I like take myself out, eat some good food, and go home with no one. So people are like, hey, this girl has no friends. But in actual sense, there's a point where I had friends, but I realized that those friends I had back then were not serving me or serving my intentions, or even if they were not giving that weird toxic environment. So until I decided to be selfish with my time, selfish with the things I do, and I'm like, okay, I know I love Tina, but for this thing, I want to do it alone.
Yeah,
for this moment, I want to enjoy it alone.
Sometimes it is not you actually who cuts off these friends. They cut themselves off. They realize, like, I don't think Bridget still needs me. Like, they feel guilty themselves. I don't know how to phrase it, but I think that is what they be feeling. Like,
I don't think we can really call it guilt, because sometimes it's not maybe if they've done anything to us, but you find like the environments we are in. Let's say for my best friend Precious, the fact that she's so far away, pursuing her own things, and then I'm also this side doing my own thing. You find like circumstances, dreams, careers, like take away the vibe, take away the whole friendship thing, and you're like, okay, so I knew this person. We longer call each other for a long time. You no longer just those weird conversations. Like it's like when you get older and older, like the people say adulting is a scam. Like that vibe when you're getting older and you're like, I need to relax, I need to do this, and I can't do this with this person, so let me be alone. And
Another lesson I've learned in my 20s is you should really stop comparing yourself to others. As long as you wake up every day and work as hard as you can and you see a change, like you're improving every day, you're improving on what you're doing, that is really okay. Instead of you comparing yourself to someone else, I want to be like this one. You're not working at the same pace or growing at the same pace, but you be like, I want to be like this one, I want to do what this one does, I want to be like Bridget, I also want to do this because Bridget did it. I don't think it is really right.
I think I get you with that lesson, because there's, like they say, there's a time, there's a season, there's that time for everyone. And please, no one should make you eat your capital, because for them they're eating their profits. Okay guys, so we have shared all our lessons for now, and thank you so much, Tina, for giving the Miss Infamous Truth your precious time, so that we can share with our viewers and our subscribers and our small growing community about the lessons we learned. And we hope to hear from you again as you share other stories. Please, if you've not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and if you like the conversations we're having on this platform, please feel free to share. And in case you have your own lesson that you think we missed, please put it in the comment section, and let's have those honest conversations together. Tina, do you want to say bye to our viewers?
I want to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and whatever you want to tell us that we missed on the lessons, you can put it down in the comment box as Bridget said, and we'll be grateful. Thank you.
Bye.